Hello everyone, and welcome to County Perspective. This show focuses on Frederick County government, local programs and events, and the Frederick County community. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa, and thank you for joining us. Let's begin our show with our top news stories. On February 7th, Frederick County joined the City of Frederick to host Frederick Day in Annapolis. This is an annual event that allows local community representatives an opportunity to say thank you for past state investments, as well as provide critical information on upcoming projects.
We're here in Annapolis to just talk about all the good things that are happening in Frederick County. We have a growing and thriving economy. Families and businesses want to come to our community, but we also are the largest county in this state. So while we're growing, we also have the opportunity to preserve our green spaces and all the things that we love about Frederick County. So things are happening, things are on a good path, and we want to make sure that the state is aware so that as we're coming with new initiatives and looking for new ways to partner with the state and other jurisdictions, people have Frederick County on their radar.
Frederick County Executive Jessica Fitzwater and the Office of Communications and Public Engagement have officially launched a public opinion survey targeting the Spanish-speaking community on access to information, programs, and services available through the county, and effective information dissemination and communication channels. Spanish-speaking people living in Frederick County are encouraged to participate in the survey and share their suggestions or comments. Participation is voluntary, and all information provided will remain anonymous and confidential. Visit frederickcountymd.gov to access the survey website. The survey will close on March 31st. As part of Frederick County's 275th anniversary celebratory year, the Frederick County's 275th Planning Committee has announced a community contest to redesign the official county flag. Residents of all ages and backgrounds are encouraged to submit a design. The winner of Frederick County's 275th anniversary flag redesign contest will receive a cash prize of $1,275 and a full-size flag with their design. Designs should be submitted as a full-color, high-resolution PDF, JPEG, or PNG in landscape format and can be submitted by emailing 275@frederickcountymd.gov by the Friday, March 31st, 2023 deadline. More information, including forms and contest instructions, can be found by visiting frederickcountymd.gov/275 flag contest. FCG-TV just recently launched a 12-episode series called Voices of Frederick County. This series focuses on individuals and community leaders who have made a positive impact in Frederick County via agriculture initiatives, health, equity, and more. Let's check out the first episode where we get to learn more about Danielle Haskin with the Frederick County Health Department and how she helped to reach underserved residents during the COVID-19 pandemic.
In 2020, Frederick County faced one of the most dangerous situations in its 275-year history. As a pandemic threatened communities across the world, public health officials in our region dedicated themselves to navigating the crisis and saving lives. In her role with the Frederick County Health Department, Danielle Haskin helped lead the community's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is her story.
So hi, my name is Danielle Haskin. I am the Director of the Equity Office for the Frederick County Health Department. And I'm excited to share a little bit of my story of how I came to be working with the Health Department and what it looks like today and what we're looking for towards the future. So initially, my background in public health started with a public health nonprofit that focused on education to historically marginalized communities. And we were really able to tailor our information and our programs towards the needs, their specific needs, whether it's location or language. So when the opportunity came about, unfortunately, when COVID response required that we beef up our efforts, I reached out to the health department and asked what would we do if, our community members don't have insurance, or if they don't have cars, or if, whatever barriers that they have in place of them, how are we making sure that they're able to receive COVID services as well? And so from that initial question, I was grateful to be brought into the team to kind of help figure that out. So my first role was program manager of the COVID-19 testing efforts, which quickly morphed into vaccination efforts once they became available. But really I saw an opportunity to shift power and take the supporting role and really be able to leverage our community and faith organizations to do the work that they do best. And so they told us the time, the location, and the language to use with the community, and we were just there to provide the testing or vaccinations. We were luckily funded by the county to be able to keep the location where we started COVID-19 testing at our brick and mortar location. So we were intentional about having a location here on the west end of the city because it's not unknown the diverse population that lives here, and then maybe some of the opportunities to expand services to this location. So feedback from the community was that they excited that it was low barrier, there were no appointments required. We have a diverse staff that was able to speak Spanish and English when they came in, so we were able to address that. So what that has resulted in today, we have Frederick County Health Department on the Golden Mile. And while we don't specifically offer services as an equity office, we are really here to help collaborate and coordinate this satellite space to be able to bring services from the health department and other county agencies to the west side of the city so the community members who live here can access it easier. So looking into the future, and what does the future have for us in store? I'm really excited because as a local health department, we're one of a selected few on the East Coast that actually has an equity office, and that provides us a unique opportunity to really be intentional about looking at who are we serving, who do we think we should be serving, and kind of how do we narrow any gaps that may or may not be. How can we look at the specific situations that our community members are facing and then address that on an individual level? But then also looking towards Public Health 3.0 and taking an approach of health in all policies, we know that our health is not determined just by healthcare access, but all of the other things like education and income and our community environment that are related to our health. So how can we look at structural barriers and systemic inequities and ask ourselves, how can we be the voice that brings those things to light? I'm really excited to be able to work with our leadership. Our health officer and our chief equity and inclusion officer are phenomenal, and they've really set the pace to put us ahead. Where Frederick County is leading not only Maryland, but we're really leading the East Coast, in my opinion, on how we are intentionally looking at equity actions where we can eliminate disparities.
Okay everyone, it's time for a quick break, but stick around because we have a lot more to talk about. See you in a couple minutes. Welcome back to County Perspective. I'm your host, Brandon Rosa. Before we watch the first episode of FCG-TV's newest series, let's see what cute furry animal is looking for a forever home in this episode's Pet of the Week.
Woodstock is FCAC's one-year-old cattle dog mix, and while he's the king of cuddles outside the kennel, on the adoption floor he doesn't always show very well. When visitors walk by, they don't see the smiley, playful Woodstock, but a stressed version. Woodstock is fun-loving, treat-motivated, and full of energy. Don't let his kennel behavior keep you from finding your next furry family member. Be sure to ask the staff to meet Woodstock outside. To learn more about Woodstock and our adoption process, call Frederick County Animal Control and Pet Adoption Center at 301-600-1546.
Next time you take a drive, pay attention to how many farms there are in Frederick County. Each one of those farms is different from the others. For example, one farm may focus on dairy, another raises sheep, another grows crops and raises chickens. FCG-TV is launching a new series called Farming Frederick that focuses on the special farms right here in our backyard. Let's take a look at the very first episode and learn how modern farms gather milk from dairy cows.
Hi, I'm Yvette Castillo, and I've never been on a farm before. I'm visiting farms across Frederick County, Maryland to learn about local farming. You're watching Farming Frederick. As you travel around beautiful Frederick County, you are bound to pass by a dairy farm. Frederick County's farm industry leads the state of Maryland as the largest producer of dairy sales. Frederick County has nearly 100 dairies with over 12,700 cows. Today I'm on the farm to learn how farmers collect milk from dairy cows. And I can assure you that it isn't the old school method where you tug the cow's udders to get milk in a bucket. I'm about to go meet the owner of Rocky Point Creamery, Chuck Fry, to see exactly how dairy cows are milked. I'm in the area where the dairy cows get milked with Chuck Fry. Chuck, what is going on here? There's a lot happening.
So this is called a robotic milker. We've had these in for about 2 years now. And because of the labor market, we can't get labor to milk cows every day. Nobody really wants to do that. So we've installed totally robotic cow milkers. So it identifies the cow, it pre-washes, it milks, it detects any kind of mastitis that may be and dump that.
So how many cows can you milk in this area?
We can milk about 70 on each side. So there's 2 robots, we can milk 140 cows, totally with no people, as long as they work. As you well know, everybody has cars, sometimes they have problems.
And how many cows how much milk do you get out of one cow?
It varies, just like people. On average, it's about 70 pounds. But there's cows that are milking 140, 150 pounds. And what's nice about robotics is these cows get milked when they want, not when we have time to do it. So they'll milk all night long. Some cows are being milked 4 and 5 times a day. And those cows that are milked more often are the ones that are giving more milk. It knows this cow based on her GPS ear tag there, and there's lots of information about her, number of times she's been milked, what she's averaged, lots of information here.
How long does it take to milk a cow?
Every cow's different, but on average about 6.3 minutes.
Oh wow, okay.
For the herd. So some cows can be milked in 4.5, some cows take 8. It's just like people, everybody's a little different, everybody has their own speed.
And the cow looks very stable in there. Do they get used to the process?
She's enjoying it. I mean, she doesn't, anybody that goes to the bathroom, you know, when you go in the bathroom, it kind of feels nice. So, the same thing.
Okay.
When you're harvesting milk, they're relaxed, they're calm, they're a little stressed because we're in here. Usually they wouldn't give you that one-eyed look. But she's obviously, I don't know how long we've been here, but she's finishing up. And as they come off, it'll post-spray her with iodine to keep infection from happening.
So after the cow gets milked, what happens with the milk next?
So after the cow gets milked, it determines whether or not it's milk to go in the milk tank or milk to be dumped. And the last cow that went in was dumped because she just had a baby. Most of the milk, 99% of the milk, goes from here over to the milk tank up through the pipes, and it's cooled down to 36 degrees, and it gets picked up every other day.
Okay, well, thank you for having me on your farm today. It was very interesting.
Pleasure.
Thanks. So today we learned how farmers get milk from dairy cows. There's so much more to learn about farming, so please join us on the next episode of Farming Frederick. To learn more about Rocky Point Creamery or other dairy farms in Frederick, visit homegrownfrederick.com.
It is time to look at this episode's calendar of events to find out what our county divisions are offering in the next few weeks to keep you and your family and friends engaged. If you'd like to find out more about virtual events and programs and activities that are going on in the county, visit frederickcountymd.gov. Now, this episode of County Perspective is almost over, but before we say goodbye, let me tell you about some upcoming news. Did you know that Transit is hiring? Transit is looking for an individual to serve the Frederick County community by providing transportation in one of their shuttles. Transit is looking for someone who currently possesses a CDL driver's license, but if you are interested in becoming a driver for Transit and currently don't have a CDL driver's license, Transit will provide training. The division is looking for both part-time and full-time employees, with special sign-on bonuses. To apply for your new career with Transit, go to frederickcountymd.gov/jobs. February is Black History Month. Black History Month is an annual observance to recognize all the achievements that African American individuals have made in this country throughout history. There are many events that you and your family can attend to celebrate Black History Month, including coming to Frederick County government's first ever Black History Month celebration. The event will take place on February 23rd at 10 a.m. in the first floor hearing room of Winchester Hall. There will be special music and speakers. We hope you can join us. Well, everyone, it is that time of the show to say goodbye. But if you want to stay up to date on important news and events going on in the county, follow Frederick County on social media. We'll see you next time with a fresh look from County Perspective. See you next time, everybody.